Senator Elisha Abbo is in a controversy after the publication of a viral video showing him assaulting a woman in a sex toy shop here in Abuja. Now he has been arraigned in a Zuba Magistrate Court where he received a bail of 5 million naira. Based on what has been going on, a lot of people want to know what that means now the case has gone to court. Will he lose his senatorial seat if he is found guilty? To find out all about that and more, we have Barrister Eddie Inegedu right here with us. It's good to have you on Rootstv.
Good evening.
Okay, so clarify this for us. If Senator Abbo is found guilty in court for assaulting this woman, will he lose his senatorial seat?
I think categorically he will not. And basically because there's no such provision in the laws for him to lose his seat, merely because he's convicted of an offense. I think the last time I checked, Daria is still a member of the National Assembly as of the last time, because despite the fact that he was convicted, he still remained a member of the National Assembly and earns his salaries, I think, until the last Senate was called to an end, was brought to an end. So the point about it basically is that the position of the law has consistently been that issues like this derive their root from the Constitution. So if the Constitution did not make any provision for a senator to lose his seat over a conviction, then I can't find how the laws will be bent or be interpreted to bring that into it. Now, what I mean is this. The Constitution expressly provides for conditions or circumstances under which a senator will vacate his seat.
They are?
Yes. And one of these, which might become applicable in these circumstances, is if he fails to meet the number of sitting days, which is 1/3 of the total duration or the life of the Senate. Now you have 4 years. If he happens to be convicted for up to a year plus, definitely because of his incarceration, he will not be able to meet those number of days. So that looks the most viable way of getting him out of the National Assembly. But any other way, whatever, if his party decides to discipline him, well, that could be a way around. If the party decides to expel him, that could be a way out of it too. Because once he's expelled by the party, he cannot move to any other party. Because if he decides to move to any other party, the only condition the Constitution has given for a senator or a member of the House of Representatives to move from party A to party B is where there's a friction or there's a conflict within his own party. So if PDP decides to expel him because of this, he cannot jump over to APC and say there's a crisis in his party. So that will not fall under that condition.
So basically what you're saying is that the only way that he can lose his senatorial seat is A, if he's expelled from the PDP, B, if he is found guilty and then sentenced in prison for more than, or for as long enough for him to be absent from his seats for 1/3 of the period he's supposed to be there. Other than that, all his constituents call him back, recall him. Beyond that, he's home free.
Yes, exactly. Those are the only 3 conditions I can see, because particularly like the National Assembly on its own cannot decide to apply their own laws or internal disciplinary procedure or mechanism to say, okay, based on this, we are suspending you or you are asking you to vacate your seat. The man has the right not to vacate his seat because that is not one of the grounds or circumstances under which he could.
Here you have a convict a senator like me, you don't take me suspension. I take exception.
Off that man. You are digging a hole for yourself.
All right, then go and make it.
I'm also another woman. So
yes,
you better be careful.
Ma'am, please. You threaten that you person me in the door.
Excuse me. It's not interview now.
But I will not talk to any journalist. The matter is in the court, so I cannot talk.
So that means you didn't talk here. Huh? You didn't talk.
So you want me to talk?
There's been a lot of outcry, public outcry over what he did. I mean, based on the video that we saw, we don't know the other evidence that he will put before the court. We have also, in so many different scenarios, looked at what he can present at the courts in terms of that. But sticking to this, is there any way, or maybe I should ask, the effect of this public outcry? How do you see it affecting his case and, of course, his tenure as a senator? Do you think it will blow over as just a news cycle, or could this have a lingering effect on his political career in total?
I would say that if we are in, let me put it this way, if we are running a system that recognizes the fact that people should be held accountable for inside and outside of their public office, what they do inside and outside of their public office, then I will be hopeful. But as it stands, in Nigeria, if we just blow away and nothing happens. I just gave you the instance of Daria now. Daria has been convicted for corruption. But he remained in the National Assembly. He's still taking the salaries and allowances and everything is there. His people are even jubilating and they're very happy over it. Now, taking you back a little, the day James Ibori was convicted in the UK, I happened to be in a court in Asaba. And a lot of people were not happy. They were even aggressive and said, look, did we ask them to send him to jail? Is it not our own? Did we tell them that it's our money he stole? We're ready to forgive him, so what's our own? So from that day, I knew basically why public office holders or those who are entrusted with positions of responsibility and authority can do whatever they want to do. Because at the end of the day, I think I saw one or two publications on the social media where some people were even supporting him and saying that, I think one of the first things I read, well, someone said, look, that the guy is representing them well, they don't give a damn whatever he does anywhere, they are ready to stick with him. So, and based on the way, because if things like this don't happen, you don't have the benefit of looking back into our laws, into the system, and into how these things have been drafted. Because when I took my time to look at the Constitution in respect of the National Assembly, qualification, discipline, and whatever have you, there is no single provision for a member of the National Assembly to lose his seat over a criminal conviction, or even on grounds of morality. That's why I said, because we're in a system that only works on paper, you can imagine what the effect of this would be in the US or in the UK, or even any of the countries in the West. The man's political career will end that very day. He doesn't even need to come and boast or say anything anywhere.
He probably would have to resign.
He will leave the seat that very day and surrender himself to the police. So, but we're in a system where the guy is young, he believes he has a long way ahead of him, and what will happen at the end of the day? The proceeding, the charge is before a magistrate court. What does he need to do? Go there with some lawyers and try and argue it and discredit the video. When it's already before a court, so let me not jump to let me not get too deep into it. Yes, yeah. because if we're looking at it, a lot of people just think that, oh, because there's a video, it's conclusive. It is not. It is not, because it's the case. So once that video itself is discredited and the video fails the test of being regarded as an exhibit or an evidence, it now becomes you say, I say. But looking at the video the way it is, I don't really know. He might, or the only thing that maybe they might bring some extraneous issues which are not captured on the video. So maybe with that, but the way it looks, and it depends on what the charge against him is. Because if the charge is strictly that of assault, which is what was caught on the video, then I don't really know what else he wants to go and throw there. To say this is why I did it or this is what happens, I do not really know.
What do you think the likely punishment could be if he is found guilty, at least based on the law as it is? Because, of course, that's assault, even if it's minor or aggravated. What could it be?
Well, there's a jail term. There could be an option of fine.
I see.
Yes, because that's what we normally do. Because that's why a lot of Nigerians have come to believe that that the law is only for the poor man.
Interesting.
Yes, because before you know, they will just make an option of fine. That's what the lawyers will plead for passionately. He's the Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It will affect his people. And then the court will say, okay, just go and pay a fine.
And these are all the issues that are coming up here, even as we talk about and to continue to consider all of what has happened when it comes to Senator Elisha Abbo. We want you to go to the comment section of this video and give us your thoughts on what you have heard. He may actually get out of this scot-free with just a little dent to his political career. Or do you think more should come out of this? Some will say he should be as an example. He should be used to set an example to political office holders. But will that really happen? Give us your comments on the comment section of this video. You've been watching Root Cause. My name is Gloria Oje Emode.